Good afternoon. Freddie Vasquez here. Basement Politics Midday Report. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics, and this is your Midday Report news and weather update. How are you folks doing on this lovely Saturday where the temperatures are very chilly? Currently, the temperature is 22 degrees. High today of 28, low of 10. 10 degrees, that's right. Up in Wappinger Falls, they were reading 0 degrees up there. I'd hate to be up there, although it feels like it's 0 degrees here. How you doing, folks? I'm Freddie Vasquez, and this is the Midday Report News and Weather Update. Well, tonight I will be joined, hopefully today at some point, I will be joined by Ron Matten, former candidate for Yonkers City Council, and we'll be discussing the Renewable Energy Program that will be automatically enrolling the residents of Yonkers unless they opt out. Problem is, many folks do not know about it, and many have thrown out the letter that allows them to opt out. And when they find out about it, they are having trouble now going online or calling to opt out of this program. So I will have Ron Matten on the show, to discuss the renewable energy program that was introduced and is being implemented by Sustainable Westchester, a nonprofit organization that includes many of our elected officials throughout the county of Westchester, including Mayor Mike Spano. And so we'll discuss all the details. What is the renewable energy program? How do I opt out if I threw the letter out? And if I don't want to opt out, maybe I want to support renewable energy. How much of it is actually going to be renewable, right? Because just because it says it's renewable energy doesn't mean it's 100%. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's even 10%. As long as there's some percentage there, they can call it that. So we'll discuss that. We'll discuss the rates and how it's distributed, breakdown of your bill. And this is very important. A lot of people need to know this information. And we'll also explain how you can opt out if you are having trouble calling or sending a mail, an email, or whatever through the internet or their online website. And before I let you go, I wanted to also discuss recently there was an attempted suicide by cop at 52 Main Street here in the city of Yonkers near the waterfront. There's actually another incident going on there, the waterfront. Check that out. I believe Yonkers Voice may have some information. But anyway, there was an attempted suicide by cop at 52 Main Street. I believe it was last week, where an officer was injured. He was rushed to Jacoby Medical Center for having to jump to avoid being shot, I presume. The individual that was in the building, the apartment, was shot in the calf by police. He will survive. However, he was the one that called the police and summoned them to the apartment where he attempted to get himself killed. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because that is a mental health issue. You know, I don't want to make it about guns, although gun violence has plagued the city recently, and not just in terms of murder, but suicide. There was a gentleman who committed suicide on Warburton, and this gentleman I was just discussing on 52 Main Street attempted suicide again. Then there was the shooting on Fort Field, where a 33-year-old was left in critical condition after being shot, and suspects got away. But this is not about guns. This is about mental health. Mental health issue is something that we kind of whisper. We mention it here, we mention it there, but we don't go full in and focus on it. We need to have more discussions. We need to have our elected officials, particularly the council members, speaking about this more and putting together some kind of ideas, some kind of strategy, and how to address the increasing mental health problem. I don't say problem, I say issue. And I mean problems in terms of the things that are happening as a result of it, such as homelessness, such as violence, such as drug addiction, because mental health oftentimes leads to drug addiction as people self-medicate, right? And because of the mental health issue, they cannot seek the proper help that they need. I've had people actually come up to me when I'm giving these sandwiches out in Getty Square and ask for help. And I've given them my card, my nonprofit card. But I don't get a call usually, and I understand it's hard for them to remove themselves from that environment to seek the help that they need, especially when they are battling mental health issues. They can't, formulate strategies or plan as those who are not dealing with mental health. It's hard enough some of us who aren't dealing with mental health to kind of make it through this world and strategize, let alone if you are. So, this is an issue that needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. Our city officials have to do more. And this is not to say anything negative about them. I'm just saying more needs to be done. I have dealt with this personally. Not that I have had a mental health issue, but I had relatives who've had mental health issues. In fact, my sister, was diagnosed with the bipolar at one point, and as a result, continued to self-medicate using prescription pain pills. And this is something that touches me very dearly. And and recently I saw Yonkers Voice interview where he interviewed the mother of a young girl, and I won't mention too much information, but she was giving a fake pain pill, and as the result, she passed away. Something similar that happened to my sister. So it's very near and dear to me, and it affects me, and I'm wanting to do something about it. So this is why I'm mentioning it. Again, mental health is a serious problem here in the city of Yonkers. Yes, it's an issue across the country, but I want to focus on Yonkers. I want to focus on Westchester. Now, the responsibility falls on who? Oftentimes, when I've spoken to people about it, in city elected officials, they've pointed to the county officials. When I've spoken to the county official about it, they then point the finger back at the city officials. And this is something that happens with the homeless problem here in the city as well. Is it a county problem? Is it a city problem? Is it a state problem? Is it a federal problem? I don't know, and I don't care. It's a human problem. And if we are living here in a community where we have homelessness and mental health affecting many of the residents here, then it's our problem as a community to address it somehow and do our part. So I want to, acknowledge this and voice, let my voice be heard. And hopefully we can start to have this conversation. There's something interesting that I did just find out actually just a little bit ago, and I'm going to share this here, because I want to make sure that those who are responsible for addressing these issues are doing their jobs. You want our vote, then you must do your job. I wanted to show you the here from the Yonkers City website, right? This is the different committees that are located, that are within our government, right? That many of our city officials, council members are members of. Right? We have rules committees. We have the budget committee, budget and finance committee. We have here, which is where I stopped at, and I thought it was interesting, community and mental health services committee, right? So these are the individuals that are tasked with addressing mental health issue here in the city. We have the chairperson, Shanae Williams of the 1st District. Now, why is that important? Because with both of the suicide, one gentleman on 74 Warburn actually was successful in his suicide attempt. And then the other gentleman at 52 Main Street, who attempted to commit suicide by cop, was not successful. Fortunately, the cop shot him in the leg, and hopefully he can get the help that he needs. Now, this all happened in District 1. Well, who represents the 1st District? Well, that would be Council Member Shanae Williams. She represents the 1st District. She is also the chairperson for the Community and Mental Health Services Committee. So I would like to ask the city council person, what is being done about mental health here in the city of Yonkers? How are you addressing it? What is the plan? What is the idea on how to address this? What have you done? What are you looking to do? Are there anything already in place? Are things happening? If you guys are part of the community and mental health services committee, I would imagine, and I could be wrong, that you would be addressing mental health issue here in the community. So we have Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, the city council president, Anthony Moranti of the 6th District. Well, I know he doesn't do much. He just says he's going to do something, but he doesn't. John Rubo, the majority whip, and hopefully he's not too tied up with the real estate stuff, in that real estate vote that he will be coming up on 86 Main Street and AMS right down the street at 52 Main Street. Someone just tried to commit suicide. Corazon Pineda Isaac of the 2nd District. Her district also has been plagued by gun violence, drug addiction, and mental health. So it's something also I would imagine that she would be very interested in. So this is why we have to, hold our elected officials accountable. This is why we have to make sure that we are being informed, understanding who are the ones responsible and tasked with addressing the issues that plague our city. I know this isn't as fun as the gossip and the rumors, and I say that because I was just recently talking to someone who was telling me how much people like when I speak about the rumors. Well, not rumors because they're true, and the gossip, and all the crazy stuff that I've mentioned, about certain individuals. But we have serious issues here that need to be addressed. Mental health issue is one of them. Okay, so again, council members who are part of the Community and Mental Health Services Committee, what are you guys doing to address the mental health issues that we are seeing here in the city? 1 suicide and 1 attempted suicide by cop. The mental health of the individual that at 52 Main Street resulted in he being shot in the leg and an officer being rushed to Jacoby Hospital. So what are we doing to address this stuff? What are we doing? We are all dealing in a form of mental health issue. We fight our demons every day. We need each other. Absolutely. We all have some kind of mental health issue, I would imagine, especially with the trauma that's being inflicted upon us now at the state that we are in, this country, in the world with this pandemic. So that's the midday report. I just wanted to mention that, folks. I will be on tonight with Ron Matten. Ron Matten. This is Matten. I say Matten. Matten with T's to discuss the renewable energy program that people here in the city of Yonkers are being automatically enrolled in. And if you don't want to be enrolled in it or watch the show, we'll talk about it, how you can opt out of it if you throw away your letter. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Midday Report. Thank you, and I'll see you tonight. And remember, let's talk about mental health. That's a conversation we need to start having. Community and Mental Health Services Committee, what are you guys doing? Shanae Williams, Councilwoman for District 1, what's going on? I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Midday Report. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
No!